What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to Friendly Fire with myself, Ron Swanson, here on the Sean Atwood channel with my ever wonderful, ever fantastic co-host, Mr. Samson. How are you? It's been a while. Happy New Year.
Thank you very much for that lovely intro. Happy New Year to you, Ron. First, congratulations. You had a baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't stop me from having babies, okay?
No,
do you know what you can stop me from doing? You know what you can stop me from doing tonight, Samson? Is having anything to eat, all right? 2 hours ago, right? 2 hours ago, I ordered, right? And still nothing. Okay, so I'm just saying Pizza Express in Edinburgh. I'm watching you, okay? And we're going to be assessing this over this podcast. Okay?
Pizza Express. And tell them what you ordered from Pizza Express.
Well, this is the thing, right? So I have a nice little pasta, right? Nice little meatballs and penny, you know what I'm saying? A little pasta dish. And then calamari. So I'm a bit concerned, right? That they've cooked this like 2 hours ago, left it on a shelf, and now some little dude with his little turquoise bag is going to turn up and go, nothing to do with me, man. I just deliver the food. Yeah. That's how I kill the messenger. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that's what I was asking. You know, so would you guys eat calamari if it had been sitting in the car? If it's been 2 hours, do you eat calamari? Is it good because it's fried?
I've eaten worse than that, man. Like I have been so intoxicated after a night out that sometimes you get your food and sometimes you drop your food and sometimes you just carry on eating that food. All right. I'm just saying.
True. 5 second rule.
Right. Yeah. But listen,
now,
Frantz,
go ahead.
Frantz Casseus, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful friends of Mr. Samson here.
That's right. Another one of my comedian friends from the LA scene. Frantz is from the Boogie Down Bronx, New York.
Brooklyn.
sorry. Brooklyn. Yeah, you got to watch it if you mistake
Brooklyn. But it's all New York City. I get it. But you have a thing for the Bronx. I noticed that. You love the Bronx.
Like to say the Boogie Down.
I know that.
Yeah. Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn, we don't have really a saying like that. We don't.
Okay. But you guys do. Frantz, so you guys go Brooklyn.
That's it. There's no catchphrase to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one they've got. They're just identifying their location. That is the one.
I'm at home.
I think you also have a thing for Cardi B.
Me?
From the Bronx, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
She's from the Bronx.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's from the Bronx.
No, listen. It's not just a random pizza shop. Okay, it's not just like Uncle Joe's, right? It's got a name like Uncle Joe's, and you go in and it's like two dudes from the Middle East, right? That are just rapid putting stuff together. It's not a situation like that. Okay, it's not one of those ones. It's a proper restaurant franchise. Okay, that if anything goes wrong, there's a CEO and a whole bunch of people that can be sued. All right. So yeah, but I mean, wait. I think we've had an update. All right, so we're now.
Is it here?
No, it's saying it's going to be in our 25 minutes.
Oh my God. So what does that bring? That's 2.5 hours now?
Yeah, we're approaching 2.5 hours now. Like
the good part about it, Ron, is you should get the food while we're on the show, so we will know exactly, and you can present it to the audience.
Yes, I will.
That's brilliant.
Listen, Pizza Express, you better get this right, man. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't mind
I'm gonna
waiting,
shred
but as
you.
long as the food hasn't been cooked like 3 hours ago, because I'm half
Mhm.
Italian and I got some things to say about bad pasta. So yeah, but
Okay.
oh my god,
So what happened after you ate the calamari? Like, did you automatically get sick, or did it come
no,
on slow?
I've not eaten it yet, man.
He hasn't
Oh, you
gotten it
haven't
yet,
eaten it yet.
Frantz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
we
it's
now have. I
Oh,
can.
no. Well, you should be all right. If it's well done, if it's cooked well done,
yeah.
then you should be like well done. Because calamari, like I said, it's squid, it's octopus. So some people, you
Whoa,
know.
hang on, I just pushed the wrong button. Sorry, I was just
Uh-oh.
about to dox myself by accident there by completely showing where I live, because I've now got a live map of my delivery coming towards me, and I will be monitoring
great.
this. Okay.
Can you show it at all, or?
Well, I could.
Oh, you don't want to do that. You
I
don't.
don't.
Want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, sorry.
Like if there was people that were real smart, they would be able to just be like, I know where this guy lives now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
and you know, you
internet
got a couple
crazy.
of. You might
Sorry,
have a
Ron,
Buffalo Bill out there.
Yeah, my whiteness got ahead of me.
Yeah, that's all right. But listen. We're here to we've got a couple of little things we're going to do later on tonight. We're going to obviously assess the calamari when it arrives. But Frantz, introduce yourself, because you're new to our community, and we want to hear a little bit about your road through comedy, how you got into it, and just give us your little recap of your journey, if you will, to give us a little flavor and to get us started, if you can, Frantz.
Well, it started off listening to Richard Pryor records as a kid.
Okay.
And I was so young at the time, I didn't really exactly understand the jokes, but just listening to a grown man cursing on records. Like, I used to go to a friend of mine's house, and his dad had Richard Pryor records. So when we were not in school and his parents were at home, we would play the records on the record player, and we'd just be dying laughing. As some of the stuff I would get, some of the stuff I didn't get, but just to hear a grown man cursing and saying a whole bunch of like foul stuff like that, stuff that we said when our parents weren't around, that intrigued me. Then, as I got older and I got into high school, there was this real funny guy that was in my high school. He wasn't in the high school at the same time as me, because when I was coming in, he had already left. And that guy was Eddie Murphy. He went to my high school, Roosevelt Junior Senior High in Long Island. And I was like, wow, from my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Because I moved from Brooklyn to Long Island just like he did, you know what I'm saying? And I was like 11 years old, 12 years old when I moved from Brooklyn to Long Island. And he's older than me, but he moved around the same age, around 11, 12 years old. And then we just happened to move to Roosevelt both and go to Roosevelt High. So when I seen that years later, it really inspired me to do stand-up. My friends always told me I was funny, but then I went on a dare. And when I went on that dare, the first time we went to a comedy club called East Side Comedy in Huntington, Long Island. And I bombed. When I tell you I bombed like crazy. But then I said, no, I could do better than that. And then the second time, I destroyed the place. And when I destroyed the place, I said, this is what I want to do. And from so on, I've been on Showtime at the Apollo, Uptown Comedy Club, BET Comic View, Comedy Central, and all those shows.
How far did you go on the Showtime at the Apollo, Frantz?
What do you mean?
Like in the competition, because I got booed off the Showtime at the Apollo. So
You?
I'm just,
Comedy.
You were on the TV show?
Yeah, man. I got booed off singing Lionel Richie's All Night Long.
I got booed off.
You did too?
Yes, I got booed off. Here. Okay, here's the story on that.
Okay.
This is the late 80s, right?
Okay. Yep.
I was doing the amateur night at the Apollo, which was non-televised. It was just for the community of Harlem.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Jesus.
It was non-televised, even though they were taping the television show at the time, but they had two shows. They had one for TV and one just for the community, non-televised. Okay. I won the non-televised one 4 times.
Wow.
Twice I won first place and twice I won second place. So then I said, okay, I'm ready for television. I won 4 times in the community, and that's even harder than the TV show.
Yeah.
I went on the TV show and they booed me off. And guess who almost got booed off right after me?
Who?
Lauryn Hill.
Oh, you were on the show when Lauryn Hill did get booed off the Showtime.
She didn't exactly get booed off completely.
Really?
The clown came out on me. The Sandman came out on me.
Yeah, me too. Yep. Let me see if I can find that clip, Ron, and send it to you.
Yeah, definitely find me that clip.
Well, don't find my clip. Find your clip.
Yeah,
I don't want nobody seeing my clip.
So let me just throw a question back at you, friend. So you said your first ever attempt, you bombed, and you went back and you completely destroyed the place. What was it you did differently, and what was it like rallying and sort of regrouping after a devastating first step? Because I think a lot of people, when they fall or they fail at something, they kind of run away and hide. And when it's a public failing like that, take us through what you did differently and how you kind of adapted from that first step, if you will.
Okay, the first time I went on, first time on stage, I tried to wing it. No practice, no writing down anything. I just thought that since I'm funny around my friends off the top of my head, I could do it in front of an audience. So I went there and I was just like, I'm just going to go up on stage and I'm just going to be funny like I am around my friends. No practice, no written material, nothing. And I ate it. I ate it like, wow. So then I said, you know what? Let me write some material down. What I think is funny. Joke number 1, joke number 2, joke number 3. And then I went back to the top of the page and I said, joke number 1, write it out word by word. The joke number 2, write it out word by word. Joke number 3, and it worked. Perfect.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Like the calamari.
Yeah.
And I take it that approach is what you've taken and just rolled that out throughout your career. Because I think a lot of people, they sort of misconstrue comedy acts as being pre-planned and well thought out and orchestrated, because it does happen so fluently for a lot of comedians. Like it just seems to flow and all the rest of it. If you were giving advice to someone starting out, how important is that development period for your comedy?
It's very important when you're new to the game, because some people just got it like that, and they could just like a David Tell. Like David Tell is like, his mind is just so quick with improv, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that I had to learn, which now I can do it. But, initially first coming on, I wasn't that quick. I wasn't that savvy with it. Like I could just, whatever. I had to learn it, and it had to grow on me. I had to get more comfortable on stage. And then when I started hosting shows, that's when my improv got even better, because when you're hosting, it's more like you're interacting with the crowd, and you're like, hey, what's your name? What do you do? Hey, what's your name? What do you do? And then you start picking up on, how to, ad-lib quicker. But first coming out, just stand up and, doing open mic nights, whatever, the club's not going to go for that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're only getting a laugh every 5 minutes, and you only get 5 minutes on stage, and in 5 minutes you got 2 laughs. That's not going to fly over.
It's not good. That's not good.
Yeah, it's not good. But yeah, I had to learn it, and then once I got comfortable with doing my material, that's when the improv started to come in. When I was hosting and I was doing my material and going back and forth, and now I can just flow off the top of the head,
just seamlessly.
Yeah.
And Frantz, I think we have that clip, Ron. I don't know if we want to show it, where you know, something that's really hard about the comedy business. Yeah, Frantz, don't worry, it's not your sex tape. His eyes like, but the hardest part in the business is, as a comic, sometimes a big celebrity can come in and do what we call bump you off the lineup usually. But Frantz had it happen at the Laugh Factory where you had to follow Kevin Hart.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I was well polished by then. That's yes, right. Yeah, that happened a couple years ago.
How daunting is that when that happens? Like, explain to people, you know, I obviously you kill it every show, but to have to follow a big celebrity like that.
Well, the thing was this. I was actually about to get called on stage. I was on the sideline. And right. Ron G was about to call me and say such and such and that. But then security came and, you know, they came up to the stage and called Ron G to the side and said, don't put Frantz on. Kevin Hart wants to go on next, blah, blah, blah. And Ron was like, oh, okay. Oh, sorry, folks. All right. We got a special guest about to go on. And I'm like, what's going on? They didn't even tell me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let us give it up for Kevin Hart. I'm like, what? Kevin Hart? Like, I'm the third comic on. What's going on? I'm the third comic on. And, you know, Kevin Hart.
And that's the best position, so everybody knows, too. You know, like number 3 or 4. Yeah, the third is the best.
Yeah.
That's the,
so, you know, yeah. So, he goes on and he murders it for like good 30, 35 minutes.
Wow.
So now the host is back, you know, Ron G is back. All right, now we're going to get back to our regular show. What? Like, just like that?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell's going on? Yeah. So they bring me up and I'm like, I got to pace myself now because, you know, they just had the biggest comedy star in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, the people are like, all right, who's this guy? Frantz Casseus. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah. So can we show a little bit of that, Ron?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if it's all right
with Frantz, so the people know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Are you all right with us playing with that clip, Frantz?
What was that?
Are you all right with us playing the?
Oh, yeah, fine. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And then I also want to do his bus bit because it's so funny.
Yeah, no problems. Okay, just as always, side chat, let me know if the sound's coming through okay and if it's echoing. And you guys, I'll fix that if that's the case.
Turn that shit off. I might look like I listen to that shit. Huh? Hey, give it up for my opening act, Kevin Hart. Give it up for that. Oh, yes. Yeah. I gave him a little break, put him on my show. Yeah, give him a little break. Damn. Fuck do I do after that, nigga? Y'all want to see me light myself on fire or some shit? I don't know what the fuck to do after that, nigga. Y'all looking at me like, all right, joke number 1, motherfucker. And it better be funny as Kevin Hart, motherfucker. Fucked up. All right, get off his dick, all right? He's gone. Get off his dick. Get on my dick, motherfucker, all right? Nah, I'm just joking. There's crazy people out here. I had a friend of mine say some crazy shit to me. This motherfucker came up to, yo, remember that girl I was dating? Yo, that bitch gave me herpes, yo. What do you think I should do? Stop telling people that shit. How about that? That's the first thing you do, motherfucker. Keep your damn business to yourself. They're like, all right, that was all right. Now the next one, nigga. Anybody from New York? Really? All right. How you like this city? Yeah? I had to leave that rat-ass city of New York. That's a ratty-ass city. And I moved right over here to another ratty-ass city, guys. You know, you get fooled with the palm trees and shit, though, right? You think everything is all nice and shit. Homeless people all over this motherfucker, ain't it? And homeless people, they bold up this motherfucker. I had a homeless nigga come up to me like this. Yo, excuse me, my man, excuse me. Can I talk to you for a minute? Yo, check it out, I'm homeless, right? And I was wondering if I could stay over your place. Just till I get on my feet. Nigga, you better put something on your feet, nigga. I ain't staying over my motherfucking place, goddamn. I had another nigga at downtown Union Station, packed like a motherfucker, everybody, but this nigga just coming to me like, excuse me, my man, you got the time on you? Yeah, my man, yo, you got the time? My man, you got the time on you? You got the time? I'm like, why? Where do you need to be? Over there, you make it. Get the fuck out of my motherfucking face, goddamn. Fuck out of here. Oh, my motherfucking nerves, goddamn. I know y'all think I'm rude and shit, but the homeless people can be rude too, goddamn. You ever have the nigga to try and like ask you for money but kind of threaten you? Yo, you got a dollar shot? Got a dollar shot can get something to eat? No, I wasn't scared, but I gave him the $1 anyway. So scratch me with them dirty ass nails, nigga. You don't touch me with those dirty ass nails. You know, now I give a speech with my shit too. You know, I gave him the $2. I was like, here, but don't buy no drugs or alcohol with this. He took that shit, and you can't tell me what to do with my money. Fuck you, nigga. Shit is mine. I'm a grown motherfucking man, nigga. You can't tell me what to do with my money. Fuck you. I had one day, this motherfucker, asking me for something to eat, you know, and I had a sandwich. I had half a sandwich. I was like, here, you can have it. You got some, I was like, here, you can. He's like, I don't eat after people. All right, well, starve, motherfucker. How about that? And the bus system in this, the fucking train. Anybody ride the bus here? Fuck is that? Is that a real bus? That's what you call a bus? I call that shit a moving psychiatric clinic. That's what I call that. $1.75, you could do what the fuck you want on the fucking metro. No regulation or nothing. And the crazy people are slick on the metro. They know not to act crazy before they get on. Because if the bus driver see him from outside, he'll shut the door on him, you know? So what this nigga do? This nigga act normal till he get on. Like, all right, just get online and don't shoot it. Act normal till you get up to the bus driver. As soon as you get to the bus driver, $1.75. Now walk in the sausage. Oh, it's down you but boo boo. I think I want it. Bus driver don't do shit neither. He let that nigga ride like they don't pay me to throw crazy niggas off the bus. Pay me to drive and that's it. That nigga stabbed me with a rusty screwdriver. That's my fault. I get a fucking car in this city, man. Then you got the lady that want to get on the bus with all the kids. Everyone she gave birth to. And whatever she bought at Walmart is getting on that motherfucking bus. She bringing that whole living room set on that motherfucker. Excuse me. Tashawn. Tasha, get your black ass over here, nigga. Help your brother bring that fucking couch on this bus. Excuse me. Everybody knees bleeding like a motherfucker. Don't worry about them, Tasha. You paid your money just like everybody else. Excuse me. This is my area right here for my set. This crazy nigga in the back like, should have got that shit delivered. This ain't no motherfucker U-Haul. Got that shit delivered. Like, God damn, I gotta get a call this motherfucker. Fuck going on? And then, on top of all that shit, how the fuck are you gonna get to work on time on the motherfucking Metro bus? Every other stop, a wheelchair on and off. Y'all ain't got a bus just for these niggas? Come on, man, you gonna get me fired? Get that nigga on already. Fuck going on? 5 minutes on this nigga. Come on, get the nigga on already. Cause they get me fired. And I always got the nigga that don't even know how to work his fucking wheelchair. This nigga. Whole bus waiting. This nigga. Come on! The left, nigga! I'm not even crippled. I know how to work that shit. Hurry up! 6 minutes on this one nigga said fucking me. You gonna get me fired? Buckle that nigga in already. Ah, shit! Finally, buckle this nigga in. Bus driver go back to the steering wheel. She ain't even take off yet. This nigga in the wheelchair. Ding! What's up? You could have wheeled your ass to the next fucking stop. You can go 15 miles on one charge on that shit. One fucking stop, you gonna get me fired, nigga. Crazy nigga. You gonna get me fired too. I'm gonna get fired too. God damn. Come on, man. I gotta get a fucking car in this city. $1.75 for this bullshit. Damn. Fuck. Thank you.
That's great, Frantz.
Hell yeah.
So finally, I get a
So,
car.
Frantz, what's so crazy
no.
is
I need to find out about this car, man. I'm too invested.
Okay, go ahead.
You get a car in this city, right? Guess what happens? A fucking car accident. Ah, bow. Who gets out the car? Fuck my car? You know who. My friend, what happened? Fuck you mean happened? You smashed my motherfucking car, Juan. No, not like that. Okay. You go away like this. And then I go like that. And then I see you. And then I no see you. What the fuck is you talking about? And then they think you're going to explain it better the second time. Smoke. Okay, espérate. Espérate, solo. Espérate. Okay. You come away like that. And then I come vroom like that. Vroom. See, vroom like that. I see you, and then I don't see you. And they'll put shit that ain't got shit to do with the accident or you. Because you come away like that, and then boom, like that. Because yesterday. Nigga, I didn't know you yesterday. Fuck is you telling me about yesterday? Yesterday, I have 2 tacos. I fixed my brake, you know me. Frantz Casseus, y'all. Thank y'all very much.
All right, that
Frantz.
I have to say that was really good. Right. That
Thank
was
you.
really good.
How
Thank
that
you.
clip doesn't get you into any
we're
comedy
fully-
festival is beyond me.
Yeah.
You know why it doesn't?
On you go, Frantz.
Too much vulgar language.
I don't know. For comedy festivals, yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
the
comedy
language
festivals
doesn't matter to me, though. You know.
It doesn't matter to me neither. I mean, I have no problem with it, but nowadays, they want TV friendly.
Yeah.
And not just the language, but the whole material of, because we're in what do you call it? Cancel culture, woke culture, And then I'm talking about wheelchairs. I'm talking about homeless. I'm talking about. I'm using the N-word a lot.
It's inclusive.
Right.
It's very inclusive.
Yeah. I just but you're acting out reality. It's real. You know what I mean? Like, what I love about the bus bit is it makes you feel like you're going to the bus driver character. You have the lady bringing on her 7 kids and the crazy guy, of course. And the way you just control the audience throughout that whole thing and the act out. I just don't. I mean, if Ron and I were, saying you're going through to Hollywood, but again, Ron, you might not know, but this is some of, I believe, the racism of the business, Frantz, because that bit, like when you set it up, telling us about you were raised on Richard Pryor and everything, it felt so Pryor-esque, because everything you were saying earlier, we're hearing an adult saying these words that we shouldn't be saying and this and that. And then I'm looking, that's exactly what you're doing. And not only that, but to make, I'm thinking like, geez, I don't have anything that funny that I can put up against that clip we just saw. And a lot of comedians don't. And, but it's like, geez, man, that's like the hottest 10 minutes of stand-up that I would put up against anybody else's 10 minutes of stand-up on a clip. The audience reaction, and it goes to show it's not about the taping necessarily, because that's on a cell phone, but it's just you controlled that audience. And after going up after Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Well,
you drew us in. You really did. Like
every
single person, every one of us has been on that bus. Every single person watching, doesn't matter where you are in the world, we have all at some point been on that bus. And oh man, it was too good. And it's also the physical comedy, the way that you're, the way you're looking, the way you're presenting it all, and you nailed it. I mean, it was close to perfect comedy genius.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
The act outs are that's what it is, Frantz, is your ability to do the act outs. The material is so well written, but the act outs are what bring people there. And that's a lot of comedians aren't great actors. So explain too, Frantz, Kevin Hart, like you said, left right after that. And I hate this as comedians. What if Kevin Hart had seen that set? That was so undeniable. I'd argue you probably smashed more than Kevin did. But how did that explain that?
Yeah.
Well,
left.
The thing is this, I realized in being in the business so long and seeing people who came after me and made it, and seeing people who were in the business before me and made it. People don't become celebrities and stars to help other people in the business become celebrities and stars. It's the people behind them, the producers, the directors. Very rarely do you have a huge comedian that makes it big, and he's going to help or produce another comedian that's going to be just as big as him or bigger. Rappers do that. Rappers sign each other. Like Lil Wayne.
Interesting.
Lil Wayne was a huge star. Lil Wayne, he got his production company, and then he got Drake and Nicki Minaj, and they became bigger than him.
Right. Jeez.
But everything that they do, he gets 20% of. So he's making he's making more off of Drake and Nicki Minaj than he was in his own career.
Of course.
That's true. That's insane. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. He's making more for Nicki Minaj and Drake than he was in his own solo career. Comics don't do that. Celebrity comics and actors don't do that. Actors and comedians, they become famous to glow in their own limelight. They don't want anybody in their own life. They might help a few, like Donnell Rollins is with Dave Chappelle. Charlie Murphy was with Dave Chappelle, but they're here and Dave Chappelle is here. Dave Chappelle's not going to bring them up here or up here. He's going to keep them right there. Kevin Hart and the Plastic Cup Boys. You know the Plastic Cup Boys.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. Kevin Hart is here. Plastic Cup Boys is here. Now, they're all millionaires and they don't have to work for the rest of their life.
Right.
But none of them are going to reach the Kevin Hart level up here. None of them.
Well, we don't know that for sure, but I hear what you're saying.
How many years has it been? Come on.
I mean, never quit.
Until you get up. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And they're not quitting.
It's over.
They're not quitting neither. I'm not saying that they quit.
Right, but I understand. You're right about what you're saying, that they're, a lot of these comedians don't want you to elevate, like Lil Wayne. I mean, like you said, Nicki Minaj, Drake are almost become bigger, sold more albums. Yes. But if you're thinking about it as a smart business person, making 20% off, like I would love Frantz to be in the position where I can make you a bigger star than me, and then everything you do, I get 20% of. Are you kidding me? I'm going to be like, go.
But they're not in that frame of mind right now. Comedians and actors, they're not in that frame of mind right now. See, the music game, they sign each other and they look for other artists. You know what I'm saying? Because they want their own label, stuff like that. The only person I could think of that made a star just as big as him, but not really, but close to it, was Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall.
Right. Yeah, he did bring Arsenio on.
Yeah, he was. I mean, Arsenio was already doing his thing.
Right.
But Eddie Murphy was just so much more bigger.
Yeah.
And then when he started to put Arsenio in his movies, when they started to do the pair-ups, Arsenio went from here to here. Not bigger than Eddie, but big,
but huge.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting point. It's very inspiring, actually, what you say, Frantz, and we've talked a lot. But that idea of working as a record label, so as a comedian to get on, why wouldn't more comedians try and take on? And we probably know the answer, but take on more of that hat of like, hey, Frantz, I'm going to produce your special. I'm going to take the 10%, 15% of it, 20%. But hey, I'm going to get you on, give you my connections, give you my nod of my celebrity. I'm the host of the Tonight Show now. So it's like, I wonder why more comedians don't do that, because it's business-wise very lucrative to discover artists, nurture their career. Because a lot of this business is just being introduced to the right people in the right way.
You want to say something, Ron?
No. I was just agreeing with what Samson was saying there about a lot of it's mainly about connections that'll get your foot in the door in that industry. Also, I just want to say a calamari update. It did arrive.
Okay.
Well, it has arrived and it's delicious, and we'll find out in about 12 hours if I should have consumed it or not. So I'll keep you.
Ron, can you show us one of those? We might want to go full screen on that, because we should. That's breaking news.
Calamari.
Okay, that looks
it looks good.
What are those little burn marks? Are those burn marks?
It's definitely fresh. Like, when you bite into a bit of calamari and you can tell if it's a frozen bit or not. It's nice. It's okay, and it's hot, so we're good. We're good.
That's impressive that it's hot.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
So,
well that's good
Yeah.
to know. Yeah, we'll see tomorrow possibly.
Yeah, we'll find what the clock is ticking. Okay, the time bomb
Yeah,
is
if you're
set.
shitting out of both sides, we'll know it was no bueno.
100%.
I think you'll
Oh
be
my
all
God.
right.
Yeah, Frantz, that impression you do, is that like a Latino guy you're doing, like a Mexican dude here? Like,
Yeah, it's supposed to be
me?
Mexican. Yeah, it's supposed to be
So fun.
yeah, Latino. I just say Latino. I don't say Mexican or whatever.
Latino. Now,
Whatever Latino wants to claim it.
What's rich about that, Frantz, is, some people say, oh, he can't do the accent, that's the racist, this, but it's just, again, like on the bus, you are impersonating people. You know what I mean? Like, we don't get mad if I'm like, hey, I'm going to do Cat Williams and I'm going to tell everything, all lies will be exposed.
Nice.
That's not blackface if I'm doing an impression, but it's funny if we do, oh, hello, how are you? People are like, hey, you can't do that, but you can do it. But I think it's in the way of the respect of the joke. Like I saw this comic, Big J Okerson, this Asian woman is in the audience and he's like, oh, you eat dog, which to me that's level 101 of a Asian joke, or like, oh, you can't drive a car, this and that. So what is beyond that in the culture, but I just find there's just such a fine line in comedy of what is racist or an impression. So
yeah, I'm with you.
Well, funny you say that, because now when I do the bus joke, right?
Yeah.
And then I do the Mexican joke, I do the homeless joke, the bus joke, and then I do the Mexican and, other, ethnic groups. And I'll look at the audience, and if I see anybody, with the frown face or kind of like not laughing, I add it in. I say, hey, whoa, wait a minute. Don't get mad now because I'm talking about Latinos or Asian people. Don't get mad now. When I was talking about black people, y'all were laughing your asses off when I was talking about black people. And I know y'all looking like, when was he talking about black people? Everybody on that bus was black, all right? And y'all were laughing y'all asses off, okay? Now that I'm talking about other ethnic groups, y'all want to frown up? No. You were laughing your asses off about the homeless people and the people on the bus, and they were all black.
There's some aspiring comedians right now that are scrambling to write all this down. Okay, so self-deprivate your own race, then move on to doing the impressions of other races, then circle back to the irony of this.
Got it! Wow. I gotta come to Edinburgh. Yes, they got it. They got it.
Frantz, you were killing that.
Self-deprecation. You hit it by your own people. You hit it by your own people. You point out the ills or whatever. Now, look, I'm in a country that's very diverse. Very diverse. I'm in America. There's everybody here. So everybody talks about black people. Okay, no problem. Hey, you're right. We do this. We do that. You're absolutely right. No, that's not a stereotype. We do that. But let me point out what you guys do also.
Right. Yeah, I'm just writing.
And what you guys do, and what you guys do. And what you guys, I'm like Oprah over here. What you guys do, what you guys do. And you get a car,
now,
and you get a car.
Now, Frantz, that brings up a very interesting point, because that joke there, the Oprah joke, I almost don't like to see comics do it anymore, because it's been done so much. And it's interesting.
It's become stock.
It gets a laugh. It's stock. Yeah, it's stock joke. Almost like that's what she said or something. But you can always see, oh, I like that. Somebody said, Ricky Gervais said, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right.
Exactly.
And but yeah, it's interesting how there's stock jokes, or we all have parallel thinking. And like I was saying, whether it's race comedy, and it's getting it, I always remember an improv teacher would say, it's not the first thing you're thinking of, it's like that fifth one that's the real funny. Because there's a fucking shit, this, sexual, this and that, but it's the fifth joke suggestion or punchline you get to that is really the good stuff, as they say.
It's and I tell you something right now, there's at least 10 or 15 people watching this who are going to butcher that comedy routine at the weekend after about 9 beers. They're going to be in their garden with their mates. They're going to be, no, listen to this one. I'm on a bus, right? I'm on a bus, okay? And this lady comes on, and they're going to butcher it, man. They're going to butcher it, but their intent's going to be good.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah,
and that's a great thing. Everybody copies somebody, right?
Well, here's the thing. I think when comedy is so relatable, like it's almost like most people have been on a bus. We've all had at least one crazy experience on a bus.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what culture you're from. It doesn't matter. Everyone can relate to the madness of a bus story. And talking about the crazies acting normal till they get on the bus and then unleash.
That is my favorite part.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And then
let me explain how, as I got older, I would manage my material to the point where, I've been in this business a very long time, right? Yeah. And as I was getting older in the business, I would notice comics make a mistake about writing certain era of material. Hey, remember in the 80s when such and such, and they're asking a crowd of 20, 19-year-olds, hey, remember in the 80s? No, they don't remember the 80s. They're 19 and 20. What are you talking about? Hey, remember back in the days in the 70s and the 80s? No, they weren't even born yet. Their parents were children back then. Yeah. So what I started to do is I started to manage my material where no matter what age I become, I live to be, any generation can understand my material. 100%. So the bus, look, whether you're 19 or 90, you've ridden the bus. You rode the bus.
And the homeless guys too. The homeless guy.
Right.
Exactly. Everybody's going to experience a homeless guy. Okay. Yeah. No matter what age you are, from 19 to 90, everybody's going to encounter a Hispanic person. Well, at least in this country, for me.
Yeah. Especially in New York or Los Angeles. That's what I think is so great about the two cities for comedy, because there's so many different people. There's those experiences. I would love to see your bus bit filmed, Frantz. That's why, and maybe you play all the characters like that and everything. I mean, it's pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
That might be a great sketch.
It's good. I mean, we definitely got this entire podcast demonetized, but it was worth it. Okay, definitely worth it.
Because the N word. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Technically, it's comedy, right? So it shouldn't be. It should be fine. It should absolutely.
I think it should be fine. Now,
it damn well better be fine. Algorithm. Okay, I'm watching.
Ron, we're watching you. And Pizza Express. I want to bring up something too that is pretty funny. Frantz and I actually sent you, Ron, some of the videos. I sent you the Showtime at the Apollo clip. So if you want to remember, we can try and do that. But I want to talk about Frantz and I were at the Laugh Factory holiday party not too long ago in the Hollywood Laugh Factory. It's one of the most famous clubs in the world. There's the Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, and the Improv. Yeah, look at Frantz. Frantz, I found out, dances like he's in the middle of a bukkake film. Is that all the viewers out there know bukkake? And it's the Donald Trump dance too.
Yeah, it's the Donald Trump dance.
YMCA. We started big into the Y. He can't even fucking do the YMCA. His followers are so slow. They can YMCA. They don't even know. They can only do this. The average Trumper can only pull the string, pull the string, pull the string, pull the string. They can't do YMCA. I mean, that's it. Can you do that, Frantz?
No, I can't do it.
MCA.
No.
That's
you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good.
Of course, YMCA. We used to do it in the school dances. No, Frantz, that's not it. No, Here's this one. Can you get this one? I would die for you. The Prince song. I would die for you. That's a tough
All right.
one.
Did you take up sign language? Did you take up sign language?
I when I was a freshman in high school, I had a deaf girlfriend. Shout out to Josie Kurz. And her translator was beautiful. So that caught my attention in math class because I was terrible in math. And then Josie also had a car and she could drive. So she was a year older than me. So I was like, cool, she's deaf. This seems interesting. Very attractive blonde girl. So we dated for about a month. But so to answer your question, you know, no bullshit, Frantz. Don't be a dickhead. I learned a little bit of, yeah, that's bullshit in sign language. See the bowl? So I learned a little bit of sign language, but honestly, all we could do was make out. So it didn't last longer than a month.
Wait, I need to circle back. I got some questions, right? So you said she had a translator.
Yeah, she in math class, she had a.
Okay, I'm with you. So, but like you weren't like making out, and then she's in the corner making the makeout noises with her hands.
I wish, yeah,
okay.
Yeah. We were having sex, right? And the translator's like,
right, yeah, I'm with you. Okay, all right. So you sent me 2 clips. We've got an Instagram clip, and we've got a separate clip. One is
okay. So the Instagram clip is actually, if you want to show that, that was from the holiday party. I don't know if Frantz is dancing, but this is when I actually did a little freestyle rap at the holiday party. There's about 20 seconds of fire that, you know,
you killed it. Yeah, you killed it.
It was fun.
Now we gon' hit it. Wait, did he say nigga? Samson scenario.
So
yeah, I'm not being funny, right?
So Ron, that is it. That's
Samson, and you picked up a mic and just started spitting bars like that.
Yeah,
I
mean,
that you nailed that. That was so you harnessed your inner Beastie Boy right there.
That's what you have to do, you know, in that kind of situation. And that's Tony Rock who's hosting that. You know, that's Chris Rock's brother. And a lot of people don't necessarily know about Tony Rock. I mean, a lot of people do, but he is equally as, if not funnier than his brother, Chris Rock.
Funnier.
And then
He's funnier.
And then there's Jordan Rock, because Tony Rock is like the type of guy who's like the life of the party. Like Chris Rock is kind of a nerd. And Tony Rock is like, you know, like Tony was the dude throwing the parties and Chris was sitting in the corner like, okay, you know, writing it down. And then Jordan Rock, their younger brother. So a lot of people don't know that there's 3 comedians in that family. Yeah, they should do a tour.
I'm still recovering from your freaking rap, bro.
Oh, wasn't that funny? Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Now,
you smashed it. You smashed it.
Yeah. Now, the other clip I sent you was me getting booed off the Showtime at the Apollo.
Oh, my God.
You never told me that. I never knew that.
I thought you knew. Yeah. Yeah.
How long ago was this?
This is in 96, maybe, or so. Well,
wow, I never knew that.
Maybe it's like 99 or 2000.
But you were singing. You weren't doing comedy. You were singing.
I was singing Lionel Richie's All Night Long. I had my long Samson hair. Then I looked like Ron.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
This is going to be a train wreck.
Rudy Rush was
it's going to be a train. Samson with long hair.
He's about to derail in front of us here. Let's go.
Now, real quick, before there was this old men singing group, The Temptations. They were doing like, my girl talking about the crowd. I had been there since noon till midnight. I didn't go up. They didn't switch the audience out. You can hear bottles clanking because they would just let you bring your own shit in. And so this old men singing group got 15 seconds and got booed off. And then they're like, okay, you're up, Sam.
Wow.
Yeah. Tough crowd. All right. If the
old midnight in Harlem
can't even get a sympathy vote, not even like a bit of like, What
And the Temptations.
Right? Savagery. Right, let's go. Let's
It's a
go.
brutal audience.
It's going to be savage.
What you gonna do for us tonight, man? Lionel Richie's on.
Okay, already I've got a lot to unpack in 2 seconds here.
Now,
I'm sorry, is this a velvet jacket? First of all,
yes, you are a genius. So when I studied abroad, it's velour. It's velvet. It's a velvet blue suit. It's an Italian velvet suit that when I studied in Florence, Italy, I bought that suit for about $125. They fitted it. I, at the time, thought this was a very classy look.
Oh, you've made
midnight blue velvet suit.
But also the prominent center parting on that ponytail.
I know. Do you see that shit, Ron?
And
that's Rudy Rush. You see Rudy Rush there, Frantz?
Yeah, I see him.
Who goes to do a ponytail, separates their hair into two?
I know. It was. I don't know. It was the 90s. It was the 90s, man. You know,
Rico Suave.
The 90s does not claim responsibility for this. I have to say, though, substantial glow up since then, Samson. I have to say.
Yeah, no, definitely. My look improved. That's when I cut my hair short. I looked
also, if there's anybody under the age of 25 watching, TVs used to be square. Okay, that's why you're seeing this little box here and not some widescreen stuff. And there was only about 7 or 8 different shades of beige and gray that you could make up a television from. But let's see how far we get before we need to stop this again, because this is gonna be good.
And this is
okay. So Frantz, right? You're about to come on stage, right?
Yeah.
And all the things in the back of your mind that you could say as you're coming on stage.
All night long. Group Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my friends, the time has come. Come on now. Raise the roof and have some fun.
Now pause here. Can you pause, Ron?
Come on.
Yeah, everything's going great.
I know.
Going great. The crowd.
So let me tell you.
You've got the crowd on your side. Look at your little leg out to the side.
I know.
Here.
So
they're all on your
let me
side.
tell you. So let me tell you, Ron. So first I came out, you didn't see in the clip, I thank God, okay, because at the Showtime at the Apollo, you rub the stump and you have to thank God. I'm Jewish, but I'm like, thank God, thank you, Jesus, thank mom, dad, everybody. They let you give your shout outs. You want to give a shout out. Ray Chew and the Crew is the band. You know, I got to rehearse with them once.
Ray Chew
Lionel Richie,
and the Crew.
Ray Chew. And this is the point where I shook that leg, that little move I did. My life I believe my life was the trajectory. I thought I was gonna win and be a star from this performance. But that one little shake I did, that was it. But if you keep playing, it's the second time I shook my ass at the crowd. They started to be like, he thinks he's funny.
We're definitely going to keep playing, Samson. Okay.
Yeah, they thought you were trying to do Elvis.
If anything, we're just going to throw it back a few seconds. I tell you what,
man, I was skinny too. Jesus.
You sound like you sound a little nervous. Like I can hear in your voice.
I was very nervous. Like I told you, I had been sitting there in that fucking suit in just a small room. Noon. That is midnight when I went up.
Oh no.
So 12 hours I sat in that fucking suit, just a nervous wreck. You're watching them tape 2 shows. You're watching people get booed off, just boom, boom, boom. And you have to, and I was the only white guy, that was part of why they put me on there.
To both of you, right? I think it takes, look, for example, Frantz comes on, tells the first story of his first ever set, absolutely bombed. And then we just watched 11 minutes of just epic comedy.
Fire.
Right?
Yeah.
Samson, he's showing us one of his low moments here. But both of them have just powered on and became great successes with it. And it's testament to never giving up and picking yourself up. And it's not the losses in life, it's how you deal with the losses in life and how you learn from these losses. Because if Frantz had just shat himself and ran off after that first set, which I'm sure 99% of people who want to try stand-up do. And then when you explained, when you went back and planned your set, you, many years later, showed us that 11 minutes there with the bus joke. And that was the same format. It was 3 jokes that tied in together and flowed, and it was a beautiful thing. But it's not about a beautiful thing now. It's about train wrecks. And let's witness Mr. Center part and ponytail, blue velvet suit Samson era.
Man.
You know, this. If you ever get so famous that like they bring out a collectible card of you, this will be one of those.
That is my baseball card. Well, that's like I thought. Lauryn Hill, that was the only thing, and I'll explain a little bit more afterwards. I always pointed to, Lauryn Hill got booed off, so there is still hope, you know.
Yeah. I mean, definitely for the comedy, not so much for the suit. Let's go.
Raise the roof and have some fun.
Number 2.
To be done. Come on.
I think maybe it was the 3rd.
Just let the music play on.
You are the whitest man I think I have ever seen in my life.
Thank you. Now hold on.
Right now, this is a white stereotype just playing out in front of us here. Okay?
In front of it. Yeah, this is karaoke, okay? I had done this song a lot in karaoke. I had a cassette tape, and some friends had told me about this audition in Chicago. And so this was the only song I had. Now, yeah, it's mine. Here's another problem with this performance where I learned, if you'll listen, I keep saying to the audience, come on, get up.
Yeah.
And Black people don't like to be told what to do. And especially, come on, get up.
Yeah, there's a lot of things about this.
I've had years.
Stand out to me, right? Because not only are you the whitest man, and as a white man, I will just say right now, if you look up in the dictionary 90s white dude, there's a good chance this is what you're going to see, right?
That's
and I'm just saying that your audience, I'm just saying, right? That I'm just saying is a lot of factors here that are playing into these nerves coming through. I can tell.
I almost look like a ghost in that freeze frame. I look like Casper. I look like I'm in whiteface.
I know many ghosts, and I'm offended at that analogy. All right.
Look at that, Frantz. Don't I look like I'm in whiteface?
Go ahead. You actually look like the painting The Scream, like with the eyes going on here, like that whole.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Scream.
Yeah.
Well, we still got a minute left, and mind you, I made it 1 minute and 21 seconds. You know, which is good because it's like bull riding. The guys before me, old Black gentlemen, the Temptations, they were amazing.
Yeah, but I tell you what, there's a VHS tape of me at about 11 years old dressed up as Cupid in one of my mum's fashion shows. I will dig that out and humiliate myself in the name of entertainment, like you have done, Samson.
Nice. Well,
I will pay this forward. Do not worry. It does sell when people come on here and they can laugh at themselves. It doesn't go unnoticed. So anyway, we're back to Casper, the singing ghost now. People, let's carry on.
Look at that. Those ladies.
So let the music take control. Come on, we're going to party.
Come on,
get up, get up.
Right here, that one. Stop it right there. Right there, Ron, is where my life changed forever.
Oh wow!
Right there. If I could go back and tell Sam, don't turn your back on that audience, because that is where it then. Oh shit, we're good, and then mayday.
Right, I just need to put a 1 in the side chat if, like, after 6 or 7 really strong whiskeys, this is the moment that brings Samson to tears about his life. He's like, if I only hadn't shaken my ass at the Apollo. If I only hadn't shaken my ass at the Apollo.
Literally, Ron, I've spent years. It's like laces out. Like, this is my moment where my life could have changed in that minute.
I just want to say, I could give an hour-long PowerPoint presentation on just the singing voice of you nervous at the Apollo in this moment, because it's just incredible. Anyway, listen, I'm going to I need to see that shake again. It's almost like you're in a panic mode. It's almost like it's after once you say come on, and there's a millisecond of time goes past and no one's come on, whatever the fuck that means. You're like, okay, it's time to bust a fucking move. All right, we need to motivate these people.
To be honest, I'm riding this bull because when you come out into the Apollo, it goes straight up. So it's filled with people, the balcony, it's so overwhelming. The live band is playing. You're and I couldn't believe how well I was doing. I was like, "This is
no
it,
excuses.
Sam."
I'm sorry. Bullshit. No. Listen, also, you're a bad influence. I'm not meant to be swearing. Nonsense. No, I'm not having it. This was a terrible pick of suit. 12 hours of food deprivation and being locked in a tiny room, and then having the white. Yes. Hello. You okay? Yeah, bring her in.
Oh, we're bringing in the baby. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh.
What a cute little
Way to
baby.
steal the
Look at
show. Oh, everybody loves a baby. Aw.
So Samson, we're going to play the end of this. I might have to. Let me just see if I can just.
You're fine. She can cry during it. That's what I was doing.
Yeah,
it'll be great.
Yeah, that's.
He said that's what I was doing.
All night long. Come on, all night. Come on.
It was aggressive. That guy. Pause. Okay, so I don't have the ending to the boo on this one because well, what plays after this? Maybe keep playing the clip. I'm not sure. I don't think I included the boo because that's my little old logo. It might not include the boo. And to you know, because Ron, I put it up online, but I was too ashamed to include the boo. I think I have the full clip somewhere, but to just explain to the people what happened. So I don't know if you saw in the very end of that video, there's this guy who does this. He's like, and he looks, if you want to go back, I don't know if you can go back to the very end of the video and pause on this guy's look. This is when it turned, and then I'll fill you guys in on, because this isn't the full boo. So that, as we like, that guy loves me. Okay. I'm like, come on. That's just it. Right there. Pause on that dude. Go right back. That guy. Okay. Or sorry. Can you see? Okay. So the guy, if it's closest to the screen, he looks like, okay, this dude's killing it. But the guy next to him and the other guy are like, fuck, this is done. And what happened from there, if you can rewind it a little bit, watch the guy second to the left who watch his look as he kind of looks at the camera like, this shit is over. Like you said, this white boy is done. Audience is killing it. I'm killing the audience. That guy, do you see him? Does anybody else think this is bullshit? Does anybody else see this fucking white boy bullshit? And the guy next to him looks like if he could punch me and choke me out, he would. So this is the beginning of it. Those two guys. So what happens from here is I start to hear some boos, and I'm getting to the Jambalipe sipping on top. Jumbo, jumbo, where to party? Oh, we go. And I'm like, no. And I never get to that. And they're booing so loud. I'm like, no, hold on, just wait. I'm almost done. I'm literally saying, wait, I'm almost. You see those two women? Those two women are my freaking spirit animals. And I'm like, no, just wait. And no, boo, boo. That guy was grooving to me. The Sandman just comes. And if you don't know, the Sandman is a clown character that has a big cane, or they sweep. He has a broom, and and they sweep you off stage, and you leave in complete misery. And Rudy Rush then goes, he was just trying to get to that Jambalipe jumbo jumbo, and he just made fun of me. He was like, hold on, just one more second, and I'll have to find the boo so we can show it on here because it's so funny.
Like, I want to see the whole thing. Like, obviously we can't see the whole thing because you never got to finish it all. But that was sheer, like, that was epic. I just want to say right now, that was epic.
Thank you.
Like, let me tell you where you messed up.
Everything.
Yeah. I'll tell you where you messed up.
It's easier to list what he got right, which is very little. Okay.
Right.
I mean, it was outstanding.
I was even told not to do that song. I was told, Sam, you should do it different. Like, the signs were all there. People told me, don't do this, do that. And I was just like, guys, the path has been set. I only had the all night long cassette on a karaoke that I gave to the guy at the auditions. And that was the song they hired me for. And it was like, they knew it was going to be.
I think but none of us would have got up and done that. If a handful.
No, not me. But I think you really messed up when you literally mooned the crowd without pulling your pants down. Yeah, you mooned the crowd. You gave the crowd your ass to kiss without pulling your pants down, and that's when they were like, "Oh, we had enough." And you know, ironically, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah,
me and your set has something very similar. We have something in common. You moon the crowd without pulling your pants down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were doing good up until that point.
Mm-hmm.
So you turned around and you shaked your ass. You twerked on them. You twerked.
It was before twerking.
But it was out of time. It was the worst ass shake ever.
It was the worst. I know.
It was the worst ass shake ever.
I know. And you know what it was? The comedy came out. Let me let you land, Frantz.
Okay, something I didn't tell y'all about when I got booed.
Uh-oh.
I wanted to keep it to myself, but since you showed your clip
yourself.
No, I said no. What happened was when I was getting booed, I didn't want them to show it, so I turned around and I mooned the crowd. I pulled my pants down.
What? No way.
The whole crowd. I pulled it down. I said no. First, I put my middle finger up. I said, "Fuck you! Y'all not gonna show this. Y'all not gonna show this." They were like, "Boo, boo!" And I turned around and I pulled my pants all the way down. I mooned the whole crowd. I swear to God.
I'm telling you, we are learning so much about stuff.
Yeah, I did. I mooned the crowd. I pulled my underwears, my pants down, everything, and the whole crowd seen my ass. And I hopped to the side to make sure that they couldn't cut it where I just pulled my pants down and walked off. No, I hopped all the way out with my ass out to the backstage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't want people to see it. So I was like, I tried to make sure that they just cut me out all the way, but they didn't.
Wow. I would love to see that clip if somebody has it. I mean, that's got to be in the archives of the Showtime that is hilarious, Frantz. I've never known that.
Yeah. I moaned the crowd.
Wow. That was the thing. My brother was there and I was pretty depressed getting into a taxi with my midnight blue velvet suit on the hanger, putting her up. You know, I thought she was the one that was going to do it. And my brother's like, "Yeah, you're all depressed, Sam, but you're missing the big picture." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Because there was this little person, Tiny Mo, on the show. And he was also on the Chappelle show. He played, I don't know if you remember the accountant where he had him on his shoulders. But Tiny Mo sang remix. He sang remix to Ignition and just killed it. He went on to do very well. And him and I went on to become very good friends. My brother's like, "You're missing the big picture, Sam. You have a little person as a friend now." He's like, "Do you know how long I've wanted to have a little person friend?" And so that was my brother's positive look at getting booed off, because it was the worst it was the worst night ever. I thought that I was going to win Showtime at the Apollo and go on to be a star. And it took me years before I could laugh at that. You know what I mean? To be like, shit, I really thought
it took me years to get back into the business after I got booed off, because I quit. I had quit. Yeah, I was done with comedy. Yeah.
Jesus, after mooning the entire audience, I mean, shit, that's pretty strong, Frantz.
Yeah, I did.
That's a statement in itself. Well, we've managed to calm down the wonderful Miss Nova here.
Yeah,
so she wants to say a hello to everyone before she freaks out. She is giving her mum a very hard time. So after an hour of her mother having to endure the screaming, she has to interrupt the podcast. So trust me.
Give her some. Let's give her some full screen.
It's never a situation where Dan will come through and see. Look at this.
Oh, she's so cute. Look at her.
Yeah.
How many months?
She was born on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
Yeah, so no months.
Yeah,
no months. Yeah.
No months.
0 months.
No months old. Yeah.
Wow.
But she's absolutely, because we've reversed her sleep pattern now. If anyone who's had a baby knows, when babies fight their sleep, they'll be all tranquil, and then they'll just go berserk for 5 minutes and be tranquil. they'll feel themselves nodding off, and then they'll put their wee legs out and all the rest. And she likes that. She finds this space very calming. I think she likes all of the lights.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That goes on,
and probably the weed residue. She's getting properly baked.
I do not know what you are talking about. Okay, right now,
18 days.
Exactly.
So she's 18 days old. Okay,
18 days old. Well, you know, it's funny. I always think about like a shark gives birth to a shark, and it's just like, peace, see you later. You know what I mean? And it's just like it comes out as a full shark. Ready to eat and kill. And I just think about how useless we are as humans.
Dude,
because we come out and I can't do anything.
I just had that conversation last week with Dan, right? And it's not the sharks. Sharks you can kind of understand. They come out, they're fully formed. A giraffe, you ever seen a baby giraffe being born, mate? What's the first thing that happens? 12-foot drop. That's the first thing that happens.
12-foot drop, yeah.
And as soon as you're born, you're covered in the one scent that every predator in the world wants to smell. Okay. Yeah. And you've got these like stick legs, and you're now this little baby giraffe trying to live your life. Nature is brutal. Okay.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. No, and we are like this
and,
baby
and the giraffe
sound machines.
And the giraffe has to learn how to walk that day.
Not even that day. Your mum's already walking off, Frantz.
Right.
Yeah.
She ain't stopping. She ain't want to be some leopard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She ain't stopping. She just
the mom is like, hey, look, I gave you birth. I'm gonna let you know right now. There's lions out here. All right.
Yeah.
You better learn how to walk in an hour, or you'll be eaten.
Yeah. Big crowd of giraffes just walking around like, oh, Brenda, how's the baby? And Brenda's looking behind her like, I think it's all right. It looks like it's getting up. Yeah, baby's fine. Baby will catch up. Don't worry.
Exactly. I'm writing that down. That's so funny.
I'm just saying, man.
That's a great bit.
Giraffes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Savagery.
I always love Earthquake always says I'm higher than giraffe pussy. That's just an old joke, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, she's curling up and sleep. So the calamari went down good. I've still got my pasta. I'll be shoving that.
The pasta. Oh, there you go.
Little penny meatball, tomato basil goodness. And
now, let me see too if we want. Actually, Ron, we could talk a little bit about the TikTok ban here in the States.
Yeah, take us through because.
So basically, the Supreme Court today voted unanimously 9-0 to uphold the TikTok ban, which is pretty crazy because the Supreme Court they can't unanimously agree on anything. It's usually 5-4 split decision, something like that. But the fact that it's 9-0, and a lot of Americans on TikTok are pointing out, okay, so you guys can unanimously decide to ban an app where Americans are exercising free speech. There's the Red Note app, which is the Chinese app, because what's happening is they think TikTok is a national security threat, that us Americans are the communist China regime is going to take us over through TikTok, through the algorithm, and turn us into communists to hate America. I don't know. Or to separate us, which that's what the politicians are already doing. So it's interesting because they voted 9-0 to uphold the ban, but President Biden is going to kick the can down the way to Trump on Monday. So the ban is supposed to take place on Sunday, but as it stands, Biden is going to let it stay. And then they're inviting Shu, the CEO of TikTok, to the inauguration to sit in the dais.
Brilliant idea.
Which is crazy. Brilliant. So this company is a threat to national security, but you're going to invite the CEO to sit behind the president on the inauguration.
Yes. That makes as much sense as the rest of American politics. Just to point that out.
It's so dumb. And then Mark Zuckerberg is going to be next to him. Jeff Bezos will be there, head of Amazon. Tim Cook,
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. All the top CEOs in America who are there are all giving millions and millions of dollars to Trump because they don't want him investigating them. They want to be able to do their no fact checking bullshit. They're really eroding our freedom of speech. And that's why this TikTok battle has been so important, because it's not about some Chinese controlled app. It's about, this is the only way Americans keep ourselves updated on what's going on.
I get that. So if that ban goes through, I would like to officially announce the official announcement and launch of Not TikTok, my new app that will be available in America, very similar to TikTok, but definitely not TikTok. Because I'm telling you now, if TikTok gets banned in America, it is going to be a race to fill that hole.
Because where do you go? Okay, there's Blue Sky, but that's like Twitter X. There's this Red Note, but I'm on there. It's too hard.
I think you guys should go way further back than that and just start.
MySpace?
No, like Post-it notes. Right, just all over America. Just write your thoughts down and just start slapping Post-it notes on everything, and see how long it takes for the whole country to just become a yellow mass from space.
Right.
Okay,
just start posting it.
Yeah, just start posting. Like, get your creative thought, write it down, post it. Nailed it.
There we go.
Solve the problem.
Well, from what I've heard, I heard that they gave the TikTok 289-day extension.
It was, there was a 270-day extension, but Senator Tom Cotton from Arkansas denied that. Okay. And this guy is just a piece of crap. He thinks that TikTok is being weaponized. Now, mind you, this is my point. They voted 9-0. We have mass shootings every single week in our country where our kids have to worry about going to schools. They cannot pass a single gun law to save their lives. We do not have free health care. They cannot pass a single health care bill to save their lives. Black people are shot by our police. They cannot sign a single bill to save our lives. But they all unanimously decide that TikTok is a problem. And why is it a problem? Because Americans are talking, and it's the only app that you can engage on. And it's so hard to explain their algorithm, but I'll have people on YouTube absolutely hate me. They're like, I just want to punch your face. I get it. But on TikTok, they love me. And it's just a totally different energy, engagement. I have 175,000 on TikTok, and I have 7,000 here. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But there's just something special about TikTok, but it's the freedom of speech that we get on there that they're most scared of.
Okay, well, listen, if you have a spare bedroom in your house and you want to join my campaign to house an American in another country so they can access their TikTok account, then please sign up for, grab an American, stick them in your spare room, let them sign up to TikTok, and we'll solve this problem. Okay, we together can unite and beat this problem. Okay,
that's right. So
I'll be honest
it's
with
like Anne Frank. Hide me out in your attic, I'm going to go to the Netherlands, somebody in the Netherlands, hide me in your attic so I can continue to have my TikTok.
I just want to say, so I'm just talking to the people in the future now who are down in the comment section, calling you a racist person for saying that. He's Jewish. All right.
Thank you.
He can make the joke.
I can make the joke. That's
right. Yeah.
Exactly.
My mom's maiden name is Rubenstein. That's about as Jewish as the last name gets.
Exactly.
And I always say too, it's so.
And you're Jewish because of your mom.
And my mom and my dad. I mean, and people, it's my mom and my dad, Frantz. I'm a full Jew is what you're looking at here. But people are like, Sam, you're not really Jewish. You don't look Jewish, all this and that. And I always say I'm Jewish enough for Hitler. Hitler never would have been like, nine. He doesn't really look Jewish. 9. Let him go. Like, no. I'm as Jewish as Anne Frank, bitch. Now, Ron, what I also wanted to maybe see is if we could go to the side chat and maybe talk to the side chat for a minute.
Hell yeah.
Just to see what the peeps, I always like to see what the peeps are saying. And this is your guys' chance to ask us some question. Tell me you still have that suit. I do. I could go grab it for you and show it to you. It's probably not worth going, but I do still have That midnight blue velvet suit was purchased in Firenze, Florence, Italy for $125.
Damn.
It probably does not fit me anymore. My loins have grown.
Any advice for Kiki?
Yeah, Kiki, of course you should. But you know, the hardest part of stand-up is just doing it and trying it. That's the only difference. So if you think you're, you know, most stand-ups are the funny person out of their group of friends. And what happens in LA is everybody who is the prettiest, the valedictorian, the funniest in their class comes to LA to compete to be the best, you know, but you should definitely not let that discourage you from getting on stage. And there's not a better feeling in the world besides maybe some good threesomes than making a whole room of people crack up, you know? So do it, Kiki. KK, where are you
Absolutely, from? Kiki. Absolutely give it a try. Right, listen, you're going to have to get your questions in. I thought we were managing to get to the end of the show with a sleeping Nova, but then I laughed and woke her up. So 1 second, everybody.
It's okay. There's something soothing about a baby crying.
Is there? Tell it to passengers on a plane, okay?
Oh, my God. I always, though, since I have 3 kids, I always have a lot of patience for that, but I love people on planes who are like, oh my God. Like, you're like, bitch.
Oh, yeah, no, people get really angry with me when I'm on a plane because I bring on a Bluetooth speaker and just play the sound of a crying baby. There is no baby. All right. It's an
That's
illusion.
Pretty funny. You're just like holding a blanket with a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh, little Nova. Well, listen, everyone, I would love to do more questions and we will make this a part of the show, but I need to go and put this little one down.
Do your thing. This was a great friendly fire. I had a great time today.
Yeah, I had a good time. Good meeting you, Ron. Real good meeting you.
Yeah, man.
Let's do this again. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. It was a great having you here. Great meeting you, Samson. Thank you so much. We'll be back.
Thank you for having me.
And from Little Nova, myself and Samson and our wonderful guest Frantz, we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Peace.
Thank you.
Patriots.